News at 9. First, the highlight. Lagos State Government graduated over 1,000 artisans and tradesmen. Minister of Education announces shift in education system. On the foreign scene, Israel issues new evacuation orders as more Palestinians die in Gaza. And in sport, Nigeria player Victor Osimhen emerges only African player to make top 50 most marketable athletes list for 2024. Now the details. I am Sarah Adesanya. 1,200 artisans and tradesmen have graduated through the Lagos State Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment after 8 weeks of intensive trainings in different skill vocations across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. Speaking at the event held in Ikeja, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who congratulated the graduates, urged them to judiciously utilize their skills and make proper use of the resources at their disposal. Governor Sanwo-Olu noted that with technological advancement globally, there is need to upgrade obsolete skills to be abreast of the latest development, but the call on beneficiaries not to sell their startup equipment, but to become employers of labor to reduce poverty in line with the renewed hope agenda of President Tinubu's administration.
I have to tell yourself that in this vocation and trade and skills that you have developed, you want to be the best in it. And so we enjoin you to continue to learn, unlearn, and relearn. We enjoin you to share your knowledge and your skills with others. The future we believe belongs to you, who are willing to adopt and take it. Remember, you are not just a skilled worker, but you be a role model.
Welcome address, Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, Akemi Ajibotofe, noted that the trainings was part of the state government's commitment to ensuring that artisans adapt rapidly to current realities by being upskilled with technical and entrepreneurship skills, along with best global practices to enhance their efficiency and productivity to be able to continue to contribute to economic growth of the state.
This is to encourage you to make sure whatever is given to you, you use it judiciously. You don't sell them. Make sure that you make good use of it. The government is always ready to support you. And please don't disappoint us.
Our correspondent Adela Kindele reports that the 800 artisans and 400 tradesmen trained in fashion designing, barbing, catering, tiling, mechanical and electrical engineering, among other vocations, were empowered with various equipment with awards given to deserving graduates and trade associations. State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has called on investors to partner with the state government in building a sustainable tourism ecosystem around the waste to human capital and natural resources in Nigeria. Governor Sanwo-Olu made the call at the opening ceremony of the Global Tourism Investment Summit organized by the International Tourism and Investment Conference, ITIC, in London. Governor Sanwo-Olu was represented by the Lagos State Commissioner for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Toke Bantina, spoke about the strides the administration has made in tourism development and the role the entire value chain in arts, fashion, and music creative has played in promoting Lagos tourism globally. The summit themed the evolving landscape of the hospitality sector, embracing green and sustainable investment, attracted tourism ministers, industry leaders, and developers from the tourism, travel, and hospitality sectors. It aimed at providing fresh perspectives and insight on the future of environmentally friendly investment and the sustainability of global tourism industry. Lagos State Government has assured that the present administration is working tirelessly to ensure more resources are invested into constructing more market infrastructure, organized training and advocacy seminars to assist the government resolve to enforce regulations and standards. Wife of the Lagos State Governor, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, stated this during a day seminar on market sanitation and security for market leaders. Speaking on the theme, Improving Waste Management and Public Health in Markets, a recipe for economic growth and prosperity in Lagos Central Senatorial District. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu said the Lagos State is committed to transforming waste management in market through Lagos State Waste Management Agency, LOMA, who have over the years devoted energy, time and resources in ensuring efficient waste collection and disposal systems. She urged market men and women to work together to create a cleaner, healthier market, as this would birth an increased profitability, economic growth, and prosperity that will make Lagos State a model for sustainable development. Earlier in his welcome address, Commissioner for Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development, Bolaji Robert, said the seminar aims to sensitize market men and women on improving hygiene in and around markets, urging them to collaborate and support the state government in achieving a clean and healthy environment. Robert, who is represented by the Permanent Secretary, Kikelomo Bolariwa, while evaluating the impact of this seminar in the past 5 years, said significant changes have been recorded in the cleanliness approach within and around market as proper waste disposal methods are being adopted, regular sanitation taking place, with security and safety measures deepened. The event witnessed presentations on the role of market leaders in security and safety in community policing, prevention, and combating menace of drug abuse, market sanitation, amongst others. To the rest of the stories, the Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, has announced that the country's education system will shift to an 80% practical and 20% theoretical model. Speaking at his inaugural press briefing in Abuja, Alausa said practical education will help address unemployment by preparing students with skills directly relevant to the job market. Alausa said the federal government plans to collaborate with private sector to train students and help them realize their potential. He also noted that universities of agriculture will be supported to implement mechanized farming to improve food security. Addressing frequent strikes in tertiary institutions, Alausa assured unions of new beginning, pledging a supportive environment to prevent prolonged school closures due to labor actions. Alausa also promised to modernize the education system to meet 21st century demands with the focus on STEM and medical sciences to bolster workforce development. The Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule has abolished a joint account system that existed between the state government and the 13 local government areas. The Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Public Affairs, Peter Ahemba, said this during a briefing. Ahemba explained that the action complies with the Supreme Court's decision granting financial autonomy to 774 local government areas in the country. He further said the move will enable the local government areas to achieve greater developmental strides. The Apapa local government has distributed cash palliatives to vulnerable residents to help cope with economic condition. Chairman of the Council, Idowu Shabanjo, said the gesture is to assist families address the present economic condition, noting that the Council holds it a responsibility to help vulnerable people of the area during these hard times. Shabanjo was speaking while addressing the All Progressive Party APC senatorial leaders on project inspection to the local government. The team led by Senator Ganiu Solomon commended the local government for the project and urged the chairman to do more in addressing challenges by the people of the area. Solomon, who was impressed by what his team saw on ground at the local government, also called on residents to cooperate with the chairman in addressing issues and developing infrastructure in the area. Highlight of the APC leaders' visit to the council were the inspection of projects and distribution of cash to 100 aged residents, as well as cash presentations to 3 students for their performance in sports. And in foreign news, Israeli forces have issued new evacuation orders in the north of the Gaza Strip and carried out military strikes which Palestinian medics said had killed at least 35 people. The Palestinian official news agency, Wafa, and Hamas New Media said airstrike damaged 2 houses in the town of Beit Lahia in northern Gaza, killing at least 20 people. 10 were killed in central areas of the Palestinian enclave, 6 in separate airstrikes on Gaza City and the town of Deir al-Balah, and 4 in the town of al-Zawahida around midnight on Monday. The Israel military said, without giving details, that its forces had eliminated terrorists in the central Gaza Strip and the Baya area. Israel says the evacuation are meant to keep civilians out of harm's way as its troops battle Hamas fighters. And in sport, Victor Osimhen is the only African player to make Sport Pro Top 50 Most Marketable Athletes list for 2024, being ranked 44th ahead of Manchester City's Erling Haaland. The US website used 3 metrics: brand strength, total addressable market, and economics to determine the rankings, with Osimhen scoring higher than Norwegian striker who sits in 45th position. The Nigeria International 24.18 in brand strength, 26.9 in 26.94 in total addressable market, and 13.03 in economics for an aggregate marketability score of 64.15. Just before we go, do not drive beyond the specified speed limit. You can follow us on all our various social media platforms: X, formerly Twitter, at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Solo administration supplied 86,000 dual furniture set to 775 public schools? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. During the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. 1,200 artisans and tradesmen have graduated through the Lagos State Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment after 8 weeks intensive trainings in different skill vocations across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. The Minister of Education, Tunji Alause, has announced that the country's education system will shift to an 80% practical and 20% theoretical model. We also told you that Israeli forces have issued new evacuation orders in the north of Gaza Strip and carried out major strikes which Palestinian medics said had killed at least 35 people. And in sport, Victor Osimhen is the only African player to make Sport Pro's Top 50 Most Marketable Athletes list for the 2024, being ranked 44th ahead of Manchester City's Erling Haaland. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Adesanya Ejoyuka. I am Sarah Adesanya. Thank you for listening.